Today on the podcast, I have my incredible client, Teresa, who was part of the most recent round of Business for Life, my 3-month mastermind. And her business is stylecreativeco, where she teaches people how to use human design for marketing and branding their business. And just 3 months ago, before she started Business for Life, her business was completely different. She has basically thrown all of her past offerings, services, all of the things in pursuit of her passions. And I think that can be one of the scariest things we do in business. And she actually let go of 90% of her income to just go all in on this new passion, on this new direction. And it is such an inspiring journey and just proof on how much gets to shift in just 3 months. Hey Teresa, I am so excited to have you on the podcast. We have been hanging out, working together over the last 3 months, and honestly, your shifts, just the leaps you've taken, and you're basically running a whole new business after 3 months, which is so cool. And I think it's really, really amazing journey to share on today's podcast around how much can actually shift in 3 months and what it really looks like when you just go all in on your passions and dreams, because sometimes that can be a little bit scary, but you just went straight for it and just let go of everything and stepped right into it, which is amazing. So before we jump into all of that fun stuff, for those that don't know you, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so thanks for having me, Jess. So I'm a brand and web designer and now mentor who works with small business owners to set their business foundations with alignment so that they can create their dream business, basically. I've been in the design area for like 20 years with a background in like publishing and marketing and advertising. And now I've really stepped into the world of human design and incorporating that into my business.
Yeah, which is so cool. And obviously I am obsessed with human design. So I love how you've just brought two of your passions, of your expertise together and are now teaching people how to use human design as part of building their branding, building their business and their marketing as well. So what made you come up with that idea?
I was very proud of like where my business was at, and I felt like I was in a good position. Like I was getting consistent clients coming through, like new business and, earning a consistent income and things. But I felt like I really wanted something more. And I think when we started on our Business for Life journey, it put that sort of change into motion.
Yeah. So what did your business look like at the time? Like you said, you had clients coming through, but what did it feel like on a day-to-day basis for you?
I was feeling pretty stuck. Like I wanted to grow, but I physically couldn't grow the business because I was working, trading time for money, and I tried lots of different things in the past. I tried online courses, I tried digital products and things, but nothing really felt like it was right. So I kind of earlier this year resigned to the fact that that's how it was going to be. I was just going to focus on my branding and marketing and just gradually increase my prices, and that's how I'd grow my income. But it just wasn't really sitting right, and I felt like I wanted more.
And so it could be so easy to just be like, okay, cool, this is how it is, this is what I'm doing, this is the logical path, but you were like, let me just almost throw that out the window. I never believe that we fully start from scratch at any time, even if we completely started a new business in a whole new space. But you kind of were like, cool, I'm going to let go of all of these kind of services that I know are my safety net. I know bring in money, and I just have this almost blind faith or blind trust in yourself that this is the direction I'm going and it just feels so right. But that can be so scary. So what were some of the thoughts that went through your head when you maybe were letting go of long-term clients or long-term offerings that gave you that income?
Yeah, it was really scary. It was very scary. And my husband thought that I was crazy. He's like, because I basically cut 90% of my regular income, like my base wage, really. And he thought I was crazy. He's like, you're just going to hand all that over to someone else. And I'm like, yes, just trust me. Like, I think I really let go of the fears that I had and just fully trusted that it was going to work out. And I think it was like a combination of lots of things that sort of happened at once in my life, like obviously joining Business for Life, hearing your past experiences and how you had let go of things and how it had worked out for you. I'd also at the same time sort of got back into meditation, and I think also really diving into my human design and knowing how I really needed to work really helped me sort of back that decision.
Yeah. For those that are interested in human design, what is your human design?
So I am a generator. So I need to really be passionate and loving what I do. And that was the big deciding factor of like letting go of some of this work that I was doing because I wasn't loving it and it was really not aligned to me.
And that's so cool when we have that permission piece from our human design to chase what fulfills us. And one thing that I really learned through my human design is I'm a projector. And, a lot of people say that you shouldn't need external recognition, you shouldn't need validation from others. But as a projector, we almost do need that in a sense. We obviously need it first from ourselves, but then it gets to come from others. And that was a huge realization for me as well. And I know how much human design has changed my life. So I'm so excited that you're now bringing this to a different kind of space in that you're bringing it into the branding and marketing world. And it's just going to be so powerful when people get to implement that for themselves, because there's so many strategies out there. But when you tap into it in a practical way for business, that's going to be just incredible. So what does your business look like now, and how does it feel compared to 3 months ago?
Never like before would I have imagined that I would be working like in a group program, group coaching program, running through things with people, working one-on-one coaching. And that's now like part of my business that before wasn't even something I had considered, but I'm loving it and I'm loving everything that I'm doing. I feel like I've really found my thing and that I'm really passionate about it. And I've also feel like I'm in a transition stage right now, moving from sort of my old sort of services into the new services, but I am noticing now I have a lot more time in my day. I can start to see more of that freedom. I'm not dictated by my clients about when I need to work and when I need to get things done. Yeah, it's just a totally transformed.
Yeah. So what were some of the biggest things that you were able to implement, or even mindset shifts that you had to work through over that time? Because I think it was only 2 months into Business for Life and you'd already completely shifted your entire business. And now 3 months down the track since starting, it's like you've launched the programs, you've got people in, you've got inquiries flowing through, and that is a pretty damn fast shift. But we can really collapse that time when you're super clear on where you're going and then taking that aligned action. So what were some of the biggest shifts that you made in the last 3 months around either mindset or strategies or just anything that you implemented that really helped you catapult that growth?
I think the biggest thing that I have changed is letting go of fear and fully trusting that I'm doing the right thing. Like my human design is all about going with my gut feeling. So really leaning into that and really trusting that is probably the biggest thing. I really learnt that I don't need to do anything in my business that I don't really need to do. It's my business and I can run it and do things the way I want to do them. They're probably the two biggest things.
Huge. So what was your biggest takeaway from Business for Life as a whole, or what was your experience in that?
it's made the biggest changes in my business. Like I could not have imagined, like I said, before Business for Life, the things that I'm doing now, I would never have imagined that they would be part of my everyday work. And I would not have come up with these services and be offering these things if I didn't go through Business for Life and go through that process.
Yeah. And that honestly makes me so damn happy to just not just witness the entire journey, but just to see now where you're at. Imagine how much gets to change in the next 3 months with all of the newfound confidence and passion and all of that as well. It becomes such an incredible leap pad for you to just step into the next stage. And as you were saying that, I was actually just remembering we had a chat on Instagram before Business for Life started, and you were kind of like, Jess, I've done online courses before. I've done these kind of things. Not sure if it's going to be right. How do you think it kind of compares to other programs?
Look, it's completely different to what I have done before. The things that I had done before were teaching specific tactics and specific ways of doing things and following someone's plan, which this is completely different. And I think that's the thing that's really made the difference to me. And it's really put me on the path to finding what works for me and what my passions are.
And that's exactly now what you get to share with your clients. Well, I cannot wait to see all the things that you release. And you've rejoined Business for Life again for round 2. So I cannot wait. Honestly, it's going to just be a whole lot of extra acceleration, because once we start moving, the momentum just gets to build so much faster. So I just wanted to celebrate you big time for all of the shifts, for just leaning right into the process as well, for showing up to all of the elements of Business for Life, the calls, the group Voxer chats, and just being vulnerable and just being so ready to move. I think it's just testament to what you've been able to create.
Yeah, and I want to thank you so much for all of your help, all of your guidance through the last 3 months. It's been amazing. I could not have done it without your help, really. And I'm so excited to see what next big things are going to happen in the next round.
Yes, so excited. Cannot wait. February can't come soon enough. But in the meantime, I know you're going to be achieving so many more things. So cannot wait for all those updates and just to celebrate that with you. But thank you so, so much for sharing your journey with us today on the podcast. And if people want to come and hang out, we'll put all of the links in the show notes for them to come and find you and check out all of the incredible work that you're doing.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jess.
Thanks, Teresa.